Hi, loves, the Ananda family, back on this July 29th, 2025. We hope all is well with you, loves, and the peace, love, light, oneness, and truth that we send to you and we share with you in as we are one love. So today, before the Ananda family does their thing, I wanted to share a little background story with all of you, because yesterday in time and space, Father, Mother, Adonai had put in the mind that they wanted us to talk about something that has been misunderstood for many millennia, and that is the difference between the matrix system or the Metatronic system versus the real Archangel Metatron. They're not the same. We'll explain what we mean in a minute. So that is the first part of what we will be discussing as a family. And the second part that we will be discussing as a family is the difference between the lotus flower of life and the false flower of life, or the daisy of death. And the reason why Father, Mother, Adonai wanted us to talk about this is because when, after laying down the body in time and space last night, I saw what looked like a waffle. If you look at a waffle, it's the same pattern as the daisy of death, or the false flower of life. Okay? Belonging to the negative ones, we're not going to say. And I'm like, why am I seeing a waffle? Is like, what, what is that? And then all of a sudden, I saw Brother Metatron, and then I saw this pattern aside him, the waffle pattern. And then I realized Father, Mother, Adonai wanted our family to address the Metatronic system and the real Metatron, Brother Archangel Metatron, who is part of this family. And I will explain in a minute. And I asked Brother Metatron if he wanted to speak to all of you directly. And if he did, he could do so. And so we'll just play it by ear. But before we begin, we ask for protection within and around the mind, body, and spirit of our family and myself, brothers and sisters of the collective, and all technologies and devices and equipment, as we do not consent to any demonic energies, negative interference, low vibration frequencies, psychic attacks, or negative energies. All negative demonic energies or low vibration frequencies, Father, Mother, Adonai, must be dealt with by you across all times, spaces, places, dimensions, ultra realities, and parallel universes, as you place your diamond white light of protection, peace, light, and love, and truth within and around the mind, body, and spirit of our family and brothers and sisters of the collective who are listening and or watching these videos at this time. And all their technologies and devices and equipment, with only love given at this time. And so it is done in the name of Yeshua the Christ. And mind you, loves, this was something that I did not ask Father, Mother, Adonai to address. They just put it in the head, and I was like, okay. So this, loves, is what we're going to be talking about today. And if you want to go to Yeshua's website, ChristPhoenixRisingAcademy.mystrikingly.com, for more information and details. It will be listed for you in the description, so you can go there if you choose. And while we are making the announcements, we want to say thank you to all of you brothers and sisters of the collective who are sharing in love with our family's teaching, with other brothers and sisters that are open, ready and willing to receive it. As Yeshua's channel is now up a lot compared to what it was, so thank all of you for doing that. We're now at 1.38K subscribers, or students. We don't call them subscribers, we call them students and brothers and sisters. So thank all of you new brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Academy. We are the Ananda family, your brothers and sisters of love and light. Thank you for joining us. The more the merrier, with an open heart and mind. And if you want to go to our sister Kimberly Palm's YouTube channel, Spiritual Growth Journeys, you may do that. You may also go register for her Spiritual Protection 101 class of Defense Against the Dark Arts and Entities, coming up this August 9th, if you desire to. We strongly recommend it. For your peace and love and your protection as well. For $77. And take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's talk about the first part of this teaching that they've asked me, Medium Michaela Martin, to facilitate this time. The first part of it, we're going to talk about the false Metatron versus the real Archangel Metatron. As there is a difference, loves. The Metatron, or the Metatronic system, was created by the Dark Ones to keep you in a loop of control, manipulation, greed, pain, suffering, distortion, and they like to mess with the brain and put in the brain fear and third density duality. This was created by the Dark Ones to keep you under their spell. And that's what we call the Metatronic system. Or, as I call it, the false matrix system. Or, you may think of it as a waffle because it looks like a waffle. From what they showed me, it looks like a waffle. And it's the programming of the Dark Ones. Through AI, through interference, through brainwashing, through control, through manipulation. That is the Metatronic system. Now, our brother, Archangel Metatron, is nothing of that nature. These dark beings that have claimed to be Archangel Metatron, or so what they think is Archangel Metatron, is perceiving from false light. Because as our sister Kimberly said, they can do what is called a holographic image and put up whoever they want to, and you have to use your own discernment to see behind the mask, so to speak. This being said, loves, the real Archangel Metatron is the computer, we will say, of the Akashic Records, or the recorder for Father, Mother, Adonai, of the soul's journey and everything he or she says or does. Archangel Metatron is a recorder. You can think of him as your librarian, because the Akashic Records is the library of the soul. It's the book of the soul. So when the beings that are 9th and 12th density access the Akashic records, you're actually asking Archangel Metatron to open the door for you to access information that you wish to receive. And as Yeshua himself has said in other teachings, only the beings from the 9th and 12th density can access the Akashic records. What does this mean? This means anyone that's not from the 9th and 12th densities cannot access it. It is not available to everyone. So those brothers and sisters that are claiming to access the Akash, or the record room, as I call it, is not. They are accessing a false replica, if that makes sense, loves. So therefore, the beings of the 12th and 9th densities, such as our Ananda family, can access the real Akashic record room with Brother Archangel Metatron's help. Archangel Metatron is a real archangel who is the keeper of knowledge. And you may perceive him as the librarian, if you will. But the false program of the matrix system is the Metatronic system. Those are two different things. One is of darkness and one is of light and love. Brother Metatron is love, pure love. There's no darkness within the archangels or angels or any angelic beings, such as the Ananda family. So this being said, loves, when I saw a waffle in the vision that Father Mother was showing me, I realized they wanted to have a discussion about the fake flower of life, also known as the flower of death, because that is what humanity is getting confused with, the real lotus flower of life. And then all of a sudden, in your time and space, last night I heard flower power, and I just kind of laughed, and it was beautiful. So that is what they wanted me to teach to all of you loves today. And our sister Kimberly has also addressed this in multiple teachings of her own as well. So please feel free and go visit her YouTube channel and her Spiritual Growth Journeys website that is listed on Yeshua's website as well. And only take what resonates and leave the rest. And remember, do not get mad at me. These are not my words, but the words of the Ananda family. For entertainment purposes only. Wink, wink, wink. So here we go. Archangel Metatron, our brother of this family, is only love. He is a powerful being that actually exists, believe it or not. He has spoken through the body before, but due to the negative commentary that we've gotten from brothers and sisters of the collective, we took his playlist down to protect him and our family. Alongside Brother Archangel Michael, we took his playlist down as well because of that same reason. So there's only a few members of our family playlist still available for you. But you could say Brother Metatron is the tape recorder of everything you say, everything you do, everything you declare and decree within the head, out loud. It doesn't matter. It goes into the book of your incarnations, past, present, and future. It goes into the book of your soul. So Archangel Metatron is responsible for that. And as we're talking about this, loves, they're showing me a library. They're showing me the Akashic record room with these beautiful, beautiful shelves of files of different names and different things. And Brother Metatron is standing there guarding the door, and he will not let anyone in unless you are from the 9th and 12th density, such as angels and archangels, etc. If that makes sense, loves. And the dark ones that are deceiving people, claiming to be Archangel Metatron, is not, but of a false pretense, as Yeshua says. And now we're going to go over some things that I was given by Father Mother Adonai to discuss. They showed me this picture that came up on Pinterest to correlate with this video. So I'm just going to read it. And if you guys can't see it, you can pause the teaching and zoom in on it and then read it yourself, if you wish. And on the left side, we're going to start with the good stuff first. And then we'll go to the artificial stuff after. On the left side of the screen, it says, the eternal life lotus, the real flower of life, is patterned after the crystal spiral, that which is the natural expression of our living universe, meaning Father, Mother, Adonai, Abun, I am, Prime Source Creator, whatever you want to call the energy of light and love that is within you and around you at all times. It says, and I quote, in the eternal life lotus, the inks have natural 45-degree angles to allow eternal life, breathing, as well as the cosmic expression of our 15-dimensional time matrix. The false flower of life has and is distorted, inorganic patterns. And Yeshua just talked about this, loves, in another teaching. So go back and look for the one that says Organic Divine Intelligence Explained, where Yeshua talks about the difference there. So this could be part 2 of that one, if you want to do it that way. So let me read that part again. The false flower of life has a distorted, inorganic pattern on 60-degree angles, also known as the daisy of death, and is a distortion and is also distorted from the divine blueprint or the Christic sources bearing no connection to the God Force. And on the right side of the pictured loves, it says, where it looks like a waffle on the right, it says, the false flower of life, aka the flower of death, is also known as the bloom of doom, or the Metatronic death science. Okay, so that's where Brother Metatron and the Metatronic death science, or MDS is what I'm going to call it for short. That's where the real Brother Metatron and the false Matrix Metatron, or MDS, has been getting mixed up. That's why in the expression or vision, I literally saw Brother Metatron waving at me, smiling his sweet smile in his white robe and beautiful angelic presence, and I felt nothing but overwhelming love and peace from him as he waved at me. And then alongside him I saw the image of a waffle, and I thought, okay, Brother Metatron's kind of hungry. And then I realized, no, that was symbolic for the Dark Ones. Okay, so there's that part. So again it says, the false flower of life, aka the daisy of death, is known as the bloom of doom, or the Metatronic death science. In the Metatronic grids, there is a sextant distortion from the lotus petals when they are pulled beyond 45 degrees and are locked beyond, open, and forced into a 60-degree expression that traps the life force energy into the grid. However, it also stops the regular breathing and prevents the natural flow of fresh current life in the center as a subsequent return to source. The set petals in 80 degrees expansion gives us the floral mischief surrounding the Metatron grid. So that is where Brother Metatron comes in, because many of you have gotten Brother Metatron mixed up with the false Matrix Metatronic system. And to continue, it says, on the right side, it says, each of the floral, such as each of the floral units represent quality trapping life force. These are overlaid to form a grid pattern as shown. This represents static life, energy field force that has been held from its natural breath and breathing system, and with connection to source. Each of the Metatronic grid centers in turn lies on one of the floral units that it is surrounded by. The Metatronic tree of life centers are moved into this floral pattern that leads to significant distortions from your natural cosmic grid. And if you want to see what we're talking about, here is, you see if you loves can see this, if we zoom in, on the left there is the real eternal lotus flower. And since we're on the subject of our lotus flowers, this is why Father, Mother, Adonai gave us this image with the lotus flower in white, surrounded by gold, and the gold represents Christ consciousness, and the phoenix that you see here in the middle is you, that is Christ awakening, that is all things emerging into unity. It is the Christ child within all creation. That is why Father Mother gave us this logo that you now see. It is the phoenix of Christ consciousness that is within you, re-emerging and reawakening. In the middle, surrounded by the white lotus flower, and the gold represents Father, Mother, I am, Prime Source Creator's light and love coming down around the lotus flower. So getting back to what we were speaking about. Now we're going to go back to the original lotus flower before it was distorted by the dark ones. The second paragraph says, several New Age movements and so-called spiritual teachers mistake the false flower of life for the real flower of life. And we're not calling these people out, we're just saying. Because the programming that which everyone has been programmed to perceive is this pattern right here, the waffle. So when you're eating a waffle next time, love, think about that. Because think about how they are trying to poison you with the food. Think about what they're trying to do with the mind control. Think about how they're trying to get under your skin, as they say. So look at this false lotus flower and think of a waffle, because it's the same pattern. If you put a waffle in a waffle maker and you smash the lid, it's the same pattern. Trapping you into the matrix. So when you look at this, think of a waffle. But when you look at this beautiful one, think of the beautiful being that you are. That is an aspect of Father, Mother, Adonai, Creator. It is ever expanding. It is light. It is love. It is ongoing. It is infinite and eternal. So having said this, loves, let's go back to the first one here. And let's go back down to where we were. Okay, it says, by studying the sacred knowledge of humans that was passed to the angelic realms and presented by humans, we will now be able to understand the nature of the cosmos and have more complete understanding of ourselves and the universe creation. And Father, Mother, Adonai is downloading something to me for you, so these are not my words, these are their words coming. And what they're explaining is, they're saying, beloved children of light, this is you, dear ones. You are the lotus. You are the ones that are coming home, returning to me that is, I am. You are the ones that were tricked from perceiving in your world of illusion and separation and darkness from your false systems, beloved. But now one is indeed breaking free of that which is the matrix in your perfect divine time. For love is infinite. Love is endless. Love is truly who you are, beloveds. You are the lotus of life. You are the breath of life. That is an aspect of I am, beloved ones. You are not therefore bound by the third density duality perception. It is time for you, beloveds, to come home to your Christ self, the God, Goddess, power that is, I am within you. It is time not to be in fear, but rather love that which is you, that which is all things. As this matrix cannot own you, it cannot destroy you, unless one gives it power, dear one. As your beloved brother Yeshua said, you have no power and authority over me, unless given to you. This, dear children of light, is your time to rise. Your time to be the lotus that's ever blossoming of life and love and healing at this time. For indeed, what is the lotus flower, dear one? The lotus flower is of perfect creation, as are you. The lotus flower is meant to be for healing, be for connecting to your prime source, Father, Mother, that I am within. It is meant for anchoring your power. It is holding your truth. As one holds a lotus flower, one feels powerful, one feels peace, because in truth that is what you are. Do not be distorted and misled, shall we say, by the false pretense of your, as our beloved has said, waffle of the false matrix Metatronic system. It has nothing to do with our beloved Archangel Metatron. He is, as you are, love. And so it is. We are your creators, dear one. We are indeed the sustainers of you, that is, I am. We are the God force, Goddess force within you, that is, Christ. And so it is, beloveds. You are love. And we indeed love you, beloveds. Thank you, Father, Mother, Adonai. I don't know what they said, but whatever they said, take what resonates and leave the rest. It was beautiful because I felt nothing but love energy from them. So hopefully y'all could feel that as well. But it was nice for them to do their thing while we were doing this teaching, because that was unexpected. So basically what they're saying is, be open like the lotus flower and just let love flow through you and from you clearly, without distortion, without becoming like a waffle, without becoming like this. Because when you fall into the matrix system of fear, brainwashing, pain, distortion, deception, ego, power hungry, you fall into the entrapment of the dark ones. You fall into the waffle. And think about what you do when you put waffles in the waffle maker. You smash it down. What the dark ones are trying to do, they're trying to smash you down. They're trying to be like the waffle maker is to the waffle. They use love and light beings as their innocent target. And what makes them innocent beings is they don't know better. They don't know the truth. And a lot of them come to us and say, Ananda family, how do we know the truth? What do we do? Which we often say, go within, go within, go within. And ask clearly with an open mind and heart. And letting go of your egos and your filters and your biases and negative thoughts, feelings, emotions, opinions, and perception. Put all that aside and go into it with an open heart and ask, Father, Mother, God, Creator within me, what you need to ask them, and they will respond. Anything that is a fear-based, it is not from our family or from Father, Mother, Adonai. Father, Mother is your compass, your love, your truth, your sustainer, your all-knowing being that is within you. That is one thing that Sananda Yeshua talked about in his book. If I remember correctly what book it was. He's done so many. The first book of his, I believe, that was entitled A Journey of Self-Transformation. He talked about these symbols being inverted by the dark ones, causing the power to be distorted. Some of them are so good, like the Ankh, and some of the powers are still being restored to these symbols, but a lot of them have been inverted by the dark ones to cast spells and other things we're not going to mention. So therefore, I think what Father Mother Adonai is saying here is, do not be like the waffle. Be like the beautiful lotus flower that you are. The real flower of life that sustained you. And you know it's the real flower of life when you see, if you zoom in, you can see a golden hue around it. But you can see this bright, beautiful light coming from the center, representing you in your heart space. Whereas the negative one, or the Metronic one, I call it Mesatronic because it's so messy and, there is no light in the center here. It's just a chains of entrapment. And you have to break free of that, knowing the truth from within you. Anything that is a fear will make the body constrict, contract, and tense up. Anything that is of light and love, it will be relinquishing, releasing, peaceful, loving, open, genuine. You'll feel nothing but peace and love within the body. Remember, as Yeshua, myself, and Kimberly and all the rest of our family have said, your body is a barometer of truth. And if you still the mind, and you talk to meditation and prayer, set your intention, you will feel only love from our family and from Father, Mother, Adonai within you. Not fear. No fear. No fear. If that makes sense, loves. So every time you see the symbol, the flower of life, or as I call it, the beautiful lotus of life. It is the conscious being of Father, Mother, Adonai coming down within you and around you to symbolize wisdom, healing, truth, power, grace, beauty, stability, and to anchor Christ consciousness. Back in ancient times, we used this symbol, and I say we because there's many of my brothers and sisters that were in Egypt with our family, back in Atlantis and Lemuria. We use this symbol of the lotus flower to heal and to bring peace and to meditate with and to pray with and to heal the mind, body, and spirit of any ailments or anything that we might have had, because the life force energy is in the lotus flowers. All perfect divine creation that is of nature has the infinite life of love energy flowing through it. But the lotus was another beautiful symbol that we used to heal ourselves. Take a good look at that for a second. Let that sink in before we move on to the next thing. And this is where humanity is heading, because what Father Mother showed me last night in Time and Space was everyone does not need to be in fear. Everyone does not need to be flattened like a waffle and bow down to their darkness. Everyone needs to rise like the phoenix that they are. Everyone needs to assert their power, reclaim their power, and be their power that they are. All of you have been given divine free will and choice. Choose love over fear, darkness, and deception. As every technology that we have had on this planet, especially cell phones and other cordless devices, can be used to manipulate humanity's consciousness, if not protected the right way, with intention, desire, allowance, and acceptance as the 4 keys to the queendom, as Yeshua says. So it is important rather to be in love and understanding within, rather than fear, darkness, and deception. This is why our family highly recommends the class from our sister Kimberly, Spiritual Protection 101, Defense Against the Dark Arts and Entities class, because, as I say, you'll thank us later. Because everything that we've taught you in Yeshua's Way of the Heart class, videos here on his YouTube channel, you can go into the playlist and watch them. If you've not already done so, please feel free to do that. And you can also go to his other class that we offered, that was Sacred Crystals Embodiment class, with 2 parts video and 2 parts visuals. So therefore, everything that we've taught you over the years on Yeshua's YouTube channel, our sister Kimberly is going to put in a nice little presentation for you to protect you within and around the mind, body, and spirit, your cars, technology, yourself, your homes, from any negative energies, archons, negative ETs, spells, curses, anything of that nature. And if you want to see what Kimberly said in regard to the class, you can go to Yeshua's community tab post page here and scroll down to where it says repost from Kimberly Palm and see what she wrote, because we just reposted it for her on here for all of you. So please feel free and join her class this August 9th, 2025 for $77. And remember, stay grounded, centered, and protected. Do not be in fear, only in love. Fear gets you nowhere, and love gets you everywhere. If that makes sense, loves. So having said this, we hope this helps a lot of you that have been asking these questions. And if you look at the symbols of certain technologies, you'll be able to understand what is good and not so good. As I say, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out. But use your own discernment. Trust your goddess power within. When something feels off or a little creepy, trust it. When something feels of light and love, trust it. Trust yourself. We cannot tell you what to do. Only go within, go within, go within. And as always, we send you peace, light, and love on your spiritual journey of awakening. And we hope this is helpful for you. And we thank you, Brother Metatron, as well, for helping us with this teaching. As hopefully it'll clear your name from the dark thing and put your name back in light and love. And we love you and thank you for being a part of this family. Being the keeper of the Akashic Records for everyone. And we thank all of you beautiful brothers and sisters for coming to Yeshua's class every single day, because it's not a channel, it's a class, a classroom. It's a school, it's a class. So Christ Phoenix Rising Academy is not a YouTube channel for us, it's a class. It's just a classroom for you. And other branches of the academy are our sister Stellar. You can find her branch of her teachings or lessons on her YouTube channel, Stellar432. And then you can find our sister Kimberly's branch of her teachings, as they're both part of the academy, on her Spiritual Growth Journeys classroom. So you could say it would be like different classrooms. So Yeshua has one, and we have one, and then our sister Stellar has one, and then our sister Kimberly has one. So it's like 3 different classrooms from the same branch of the academy. If that makes sense, loves. So hopefully that resonates with a lot of you. Remember, we're not here to tell you what to do or point fingers, because we're only here to love you and teach you the knowledge and wisdom that is found within you from Father, Mother, Adonai, and within yourself. We're no different than you. We don't claim to be any different, as we send you peace, light, and love, and remind you to stand in your divine sovereign power as a divine sovereign being that you are. We love you all. Family, is there anything else that you wanted to add before we... And they're laughing, going, you can go to our family's website, ChristPhoenixRisingAcademy.mycircling.com, for more information and details. It is important not to be in fear. Do not fear, do not fear, do not fear. Give the body what it needs: rest, light, love, nourishment, peace, truth within yourself. Enjoy life. Have fun as much as possible right now. Try not to focus on the outer world. Focus on the inner world of love and harmony and oneness. And every day we upload another teaching for all of you. So, for those students of the Ananda family, not to worry. When Father Mother gives us a new topic, we will be talking about it. With only the purity of love given. And so it is. We are the Ananda family, your beloved brothers and sisters of light divine. We bid you greetings of infinite love from that which is, the Creator within you that is, I am. For indeed, you are love. And so it is, beloveds. And so it is.